Okay, we're about to start shortly. About a minute or two, we'll get started. All right, let's get started. There's a few questions. There's a few house cleaning items here. Um, if you're connecting via Google Hangout, there are controllers here on the left that you can use. There's also a questions area that you can ask questions. So feel free and do that. You can click there and view the answered questions and the questions being posted. Okay, and we'll do our best to answer all questions that comes through. All right, so let's get started on with the presentation. The PowerPoint right here. All right, so summer 2015, the CIT department advising session. This is the month of August, and the presentation was prepared by Professors Mike Popolo and Jefferson Fernandez. All right. So here's a few questions for you to keep in mind as we progress. What is your current major? If you would like to go in and um, post this as a form of a question, for example, if your major is IT transfer, computer science, go ahead and click on questions and click on question and just answer what your major is. And likewise, what is your short-term goal um, here at Bunker Hill, or in life or whatnot? But primarily here at Bunker Hill, are you looking for a certificate for direct employment? Are you looking to transfer to a baccalaureate degree? Um, are you looking for just an associate's degree, a certificate? No, what is it? What is it that what's your goal, short-term goal? All right, here's the table of contents. So we're gonna cover some stats and facts about Bunker Hill, the CIT's take on ICT workforce, our three missions, three-layer missions, industry examinations, career track options, stackables. We got three categories of stackables. Actually, it's four. The slide is a little old. It's four levels of stackables. And transferring and what's next for you, and we'll close it up with a good conclusion. All right, so we are the region's largest colleges. We have 14 among the region's largest for 14,000 students every semester. We are the largest community college in Massachusetts. We're also the most affordable, at 3,000, roughly $3,000 a year. Uh, we carry over 100 certificates and degree programs. In CIT itself, we have a combined total of 24 plus and counting. 60% of people of color and 50% of women. Okay, so we have a three-fold mission. Information computing technology education for all Bunker Hill students. And we'll see what that means in the next slides. Associate transfers to baccalaureate, workforce preparation, associate degrees, and certificate options. And here is a list of the academy connections that the department have: VMware, EMC, Microsoft, Oracle, Cisco, IBM, and CompTIA. All right, the first mission is ICT education for our students, and we do that with several different ways. But the primary way that we have and the most stellar successful one is CIT 110, Computer Applications and Concepts course. that it will reach about 800 students per semester in 40 sections per semester. And Microsoft Office, others are Microsoft Office applications, operating systems, programming, forensics database, and medical office administration, and among others. Now, the department collaborates with other departments, for example, the business administration, criminal justice for forensics, certificates and degree, medical imaging for PACS, and computer media technology for web, for I think it's web, well, web designing. Some of our web designing are there too. All right, preparing students to transfer to ICT, information computing technology baccalaureate degrees. Okay, this is specifically to transfer to other universities and colleges. So, an associate in arts in computer science, the associates in science in computer science, AA in computer information systems, and the AS in IT transfers to the applied BSITs at degrees at UMass Boston and others. Okay, these are just basically all that we have. The ASs mostly transfer to these. All right, and we'll take a look at exactly how many credits later on in later slides, I guess, transferred in that towards the end. Okay, the third mission is workforce preparation degrees. Um, the most popular one, of course, is on the top, um, and popular and the oldest. The Cisco Networking Academy. You have Network Technology Administration, um, with our vendor being Cisco, database design with our primary vendor being Oracle, computer support, a primary vendor being Microsoft, digital for forensics and investigations, internet information security, object-oriented programming, which is also very popular, very strong program, and health information technology and networking, which is pretty new, but it also goes in line with networking. There's also a Cisco curriculum. All right, now continue with our mission. We have the stackable certificates, and this is something to be keep in mind. I did mention there are three levels, actually four levels of stackables, and we'll see these as we go forward. Um, but the fourth level is not a certificate, and I'll explain that later. Now we got entry level skills, mid-level skills, and emerging technology skills. All right, and we try to cater to every possible scenario that with most scenarios of students that come in, the needs of the market and the needs of our students. All right, continue with the third mission. The entry levels, we have these certificates for entry level, and adding more as we see later on. PC hardware support is pretty popular. Microsoft Office applications, medical office support, and health information technology. These are the entry levels, they're um, they're used for those individuals um, who want to change their focus or want to try to get into a new area, um, a new area of work, a new area of specialty. Um, but then we have fast tracks, which is kind of also entry level, but it's for more advanced or for people who are try to reskill themselves. All right, the mid-level skills. Um, we have a lot more options here, but again, Cisco, CCNA, HIN, database, forensics, InfoSec, mobile apps. The mobile apps and big data are brand new along with HIN and HIT. HIN, HIT. Business intelligence is pretty new and exciting as well. Medical information management um, assistant. Now, most of our curriculum is vendor based, meaning um, we don't stay behind as the market changes. We stay current with the market. So when Cisco technology changes, we the academy, the Cisco Networking Academy, we get the new content for um, for those exams and learning materials for those exams. When the Microsoft IT Academy comes out with Windows 10, and we get the new learning materials for them. So we stay current with the market and the needs of the market as they change. Um, and we also in this here we also the courses that we deliver here are in line with industry certifications. What that means is, for example, the Cisco CCNA, we have four courses that are in line to with the objectives of the CCNT 1, CCNT 2, and the CCNA certification exam. So all the material covers what you're going to be expecting to take in the actual certification exam when you go to register with Pearson VUE. Now, noting that these are cost added or uh, to the course. You're not required to take the industry certification exams, although we would you are highly encouraged to. Um, but it's up to the student. We haven't found a way to implement this yet, although into the course itself. But we are looking into it to just to be better, and so that when you end, you have a course completion. You've got credit towards your degree at Bunker Hill, and would be awesome, which we're working towards. Um, or working and thinking about it, is to also have the industry exam part of the course. As when you complete the course, you sit for the certification exam, and that will be stellar. That will be really a great thing to implement. But right now we're not there, but there's a cost added. And but we do have an assessment center. It is being relocated to a new building, and it's initially for these top certifications: Cisco, Microsoft, and others. Not recent, about a year, maybe a year and a half ago, I took the LPI exam, the LPIC one uh, exam here at our Bunker Hill. So it was great. All right. So what are the career track options? Um, you are coming in to Bunker Hill straight from high school or from another university, or you're transferring from another community college, or you're coming back to reskill. You're in the industry and coming back to reskill. Either way, you gotta for fall or spring admissions, you gotta register to Bunker Hill. At some point, you have to take the AccuPlacer tests. There is an option to delay selection of a major if you're not sure where you're going to get into your IT career, IT educational career. Um, and this is going to be a very constant theme, okay, on all slides that you're going to see from now on. You got to explore your career tracks and job opportunities. We got two links here that work great with the department. We have our own Career Connect. These are local employers or local companies that partner with us in posting their job racks for students. And there's also LinkedIn. They can get a pulse of the current market. These are live jobs being posted, okay, into LinkedIn. So you can get an idea. Is Cisco really the place I need to go? How's the market there? How much do they get paid for a 0 to 1 year experience person in the networking area? So you can do that type of research there. But this is you, okay? It's your education, your future. Put the time in it and do the research, okay? Because you're the only one who lives and walks in your shoes. All right, now you also have to consider financial and timeline implications of ICT tracks as follows. Here we go. If you come in on the certificate track, it's a shorter time to employment, that's true. 16 to 28 credits. There are internships available through our Career Connect, and Learn and Earn is not here, but we also have a program called Learn and Earn. It is the lowest cost option, and most courses include in the Associates of Science career tracks. Okay, and we go to the next level. You can come in and register and declare a major directly as a degree. It's a 2 year commitment or more. There are employment availabilities to the same venues as we saw here on the certificates. It is 60 credits or more. commitment, and internships are available. Employment and internships are available. Moderate cost option. Most courses transfer to, excuse me, there. Most courses transfer to a baccalaureate, a 4-year and plus commitment. It's an applied IT. It's applied computer science. It does have higher cost option. It does have long-term benefits, and the tracks are to BAs and BSs in these institutions, and we see more institutions in the later slides. Okay, UMass Boston, Amherst, and Salem State are the ones that come directly to mind right now. And let's explore the asterisks. Okay, and this is where the credits and transfers come in. 1 asterisk, 2 asterisks, and 3 asterisks. The Cisco CCNA certificate is 16 credits. Okay, that's the lowest. There are other certificates that goes up to 28 credits. All right. Uh, the degrees, there's a possible 42 transfer credits depending which institution you go. It could be a little less, it could be more. Okay. And we are adding more BS and BA articulations into our portfolio. Now, articulations, for those who might not be familiar with the term, it means it's a contract, an agreement with other institutions that for this class you're gonna transfer as credit for this other class. For example, our English 101 could be English literature in some other class, in some other institution. Our CIT 110 could be something else on another institution, for example. All right, let's look at the stackables. Now again, um, you go out as a career tracks and job opportunities, go research these. Now take a look at the keywords here, the type of courses um, that these certificates it's providing, and go to Career Connect, LinkedIn, or any other job search place of your choosing, of your preference, and do a search on these. Salary.com. Do a search for WAN technologies. What kind of jobs are out there for WAN technologies? Or routing and switching, routers and routing basics, or routing, switching, intermediate routing, or CCNA. Do a search for CCNA and see what comes up, what kind of jobs are out there. Okay. Now, remember we have the entry level. That's entry level. We got mid level skills. That's mid level skills, and then we have the degree option up here. So all the courses um, in the 16 credits. Here we go. All the options in the 16 credits certificate are in the 29 credit certificate in this example. And these two, this 29 and 16, are in the 60 credit AES in NetTech Academy option. Okay, so that's where we have what we call stackables. One degree stacks into the other, stacks to the other, or one certificate stacks to the other, stacks to the degree. Okay, and we have several of these. Now here's the second. We'll say we have 4 level of stacking. Um, here's no 3 level stacking. This is the second level. Okay, I called it. Well, I call it strong base stacking. I didn't know. I had to come up with something, so I came up with strong base stacking. And I think I'm gonna coin that term. I think it's gonna catch on. So here is exactly the same thing that we saw before, but we have several other 16 or entry level uh, skills certificates. For example, and this here is still within the area of networking, because the HIN and HIT, the courses provided, the extra courses providing these certificates are Cisco based. So that's why it's still a stacking, strong stacking option. All right, so let's take a look at here. These are these two, this course is in both certificates, entry level. So is this, so is that one, so is that one. Now, and so is this one. Now, let's take a look at the other certificate. Well, 110 is also on this other, setting 110 is also on this third entry level uh, entry level skills certificate. Okay. Now, this course here is interesting. You notice that we have CIT 110 or 112 or 182. Here, the 182 is optional. All right, here it's required. And here for a 110 or 113, it doesn't have 112 or 182. So you're going to move down here. So in this certificate, there is a core requirement for 182. But the 182 is not required for the entry level or the mid skills for the networking stack, but it is required for the degree. Okay, for um, as a focus for networking, the 182 PC hardware is not required, but if you're going for the degree, it is. So that's why it's going up that way. Okay. Now everything else is on the entry level. Now what's the difference between these two? Well, health information networking is two courses, 277 and 279. 277 is a health information networking, and 279 is Cisco CCNA security. Okay. Now for the health information technology, 183 and 288. 183 being healthcare in IT concepts 1 and healthcare in IT concepts 2 for 288. Okay. So this gives you a stronger base on networking with two different or two more or two better focus in the health and information field. Okay, health information networking, which has um, a security concepts on it, and the other one, excuse me, is the actual health information networking, the networking aspects of health, and the other one is healthcare IT concepts 1 and 2. So it gives you a very good, better understanding of the health field. All right. So what's this side stacking business? So the other one, although it was on the side, it's not really a side stack. Still had to deal with networking. Now here's a truly a side stack where if you have a focus on the networking, um, you're going towards this here in this stacking. You could also look at another entry level skill certificate to have a better understanding of another subject area. All right, so let's look at information technology security entry level uh, entry level skills. So the 264 is in the mid level skills. Okay, the these two pair up, three, and what's left over is information principles of internet and info security, and information security and assurance. So, and these two is a focus on security aspect of technology, not necessarily in the networking area, but in the security, the techno information, the excuse me, technology security area. Okay, one is internet based, and the other one is assurance, security and assurance. So with two courses here, bam, you have a better understanding of another area. Okay. Okay. So that's the those were the stackables, and that's great. Now we have into better um, um, cater to our community and to our students and to the market. There was there is there was a request and there is a request, and we're meeting demand. But coming up was called fast tracking. Okay, fast track. Did you notice that most of the 16 level certificates or 16 level entry level are fast tracks? They're called fast tracks. Okay, the idea is to get the core principles in first, because if you look at here, these are the core courses in this area. And then up here, for example, for Cisco is only Cisco courses. Well, true, none, but that's making sure that you know how to type and you have a good, broader concepts of IT and applications and know how to use Office applications and the concepts in computing. Now over here, it gets broad a little more broadened. Okay, but in this entry level skills, just on the core, what makes it core um, about that certificate. So technology security, most of here you're gonna see is security and assurance and other concepts around these two topics. Okay. Now Here are the other fast track certificates that also stack into other certificates and degrees. Okay, computer forensics, information technology security, you saw, Cisco systems, we saw, and we have one other type of fast tracking, and not the certificate itself, the but the course. All right, so this certificate grid is made up of courses, and the certificate's a fast track. But what happens if we make the courses inside that certificate fast track? So that means that we can, the CCNA program, like I said, is a stellar program. It's great. It's highly sought after. So much so that we had um, a need from the industry, and the students were asking, can I do this? Or the ones that come in that already have a background in networking, who already have, who wants to come back and reskills themselves. Okay, so they can sit down and take the certification, the industry certification. They say, well, can we do this in one semester instead of taking so many semesters in order to complete this coursework? And we said, yes, definitely, we can do that. So what you got to do is change the course on the course section. Look for the 110 fast track, okay, on the 182 fast track. And then you can co-register with the 162 fast track, so FT. It would be dash 01FT or 02FT. So these are the fast tracks. So when you go to your web advisor and you search for register for classes, in the later slides we covered, we'll give you, we'll show you where that is. You search for the ones that has a section of FT, fast track. And let's take a quick, let's do that. Let me, I'm going to queue Bunker Hill site here and go under, I'm going to queue Bunker Hill site, and I'm going to share, I'm going to share, take a quick stop here and share the Bunker Hill website and show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, there we go. We go to my BHCC, and in here, come on, you can do it. Maybe not. Okay, a live presentation, and things do go wrong, unfortunately. But this is where you have to go. And well, it's not supposed to. There we go. We just had to wait a little longer than usual. Click on students, and well, you would log in first if you're gonna do a search for and register. But I just want to search for sections to see if its availability. Okay, so you do a search for sections, and sections. Come on. The term is the right now. The current term is the fall. You do computers. Computers. Well, I already know the course number, so I'm just gonna do it all the way. Computers. I'm gonna do all four of them. Right, 110 fast track, 162 fast track, or you could do it that way, or you can just search for all fast tracks. Take out the computer, take out computer. We'll do leave computers in there. We'll leave that blank, and we're gonna look for all courses in the CIT department. They are fast tracks. Okay, and that's how you would do it. I mean, that's the better way of doing it. It's easier, one line, two things, and then it comes up. Okay, so we got 118 fast track, 162, 67, 267, 268, and 274. They are fast tracks. Now the 110 is not coming up because it's a little different. It's an HB fast track. HB fast track. So we should do two searches. And sorry about that. It's HB fast track that's going to pull out the 110 and then FT just for fast tracks. Okay. And it's not up here. Well, that's embarrassing. I know it's 110. I saw it earlier today. To the 110.01 HBFT. T? No, that HB. No, it's not. So well, all the 110s. Oh, I know there was a fast track for 110 here. I think it was Professor John who was. Yeah, it's FTFB. Sorry, fast track HB. Um, fast track HB. Okay, it's the one that you will search for. So 110, 62. So they are all here. Yeah, they're all here. Okay, so you will search and register, and you register for those. All right, now let's go back to the presentation. Um, back to the presentation, to the PowerPoint presentation. Okay. Okay. So that was interesting. So it's for the 110 is FTHB hybrid, but I mean you look into it. These two courses and you look granularly in them, they have a similar schedule. Whereas the CIT 110 and 162 would run at the same, not at the same time, in the same length or in the first month, and then they will end. And on the second month, you would be registered already for 167, and if you take the 167, it will be another month, and then the 267 on the third month, and the 274 on the fourth month. The keyboarding techniques, there's you can take the class as a normal semester, 15, 16 weeks, or excuse me, or you can take do a test out. There's a testing exam for the keyboarding. Okay, um, and there you go. So, and the reason we did this is it was so, like I mentioned, it was so popular and so high in demand that people had to take the 110 in order to take 162. Now we can do a co-requisite. We can do a co-registration here. Um, then you have to wait until you finish the 262 to take this. So if you do that in the first month, then you can do that on the second month, third month, and fourth month. And that's how we designed this on the fast track courses. Um, and that's another option for you on that certificate. Now, most certificates, as mentioned before, stacks into degrees, and this is how it looks like when we put all of our programs together. Okay, our certificates and degree programs together, and this is the point persons, people, point people, yeah, the professors, um, for you to get in contact with. Now, any and all of our instructors can advise on any of our programs. However, and preferably, these are the point persons they are in the area per se. Okay, so for professors Mahoney and Fernandez, for the computer forensics fast track, the entry level, and this is how it is. So that's the entry level. Again, that's the entry level certificates or entry level skills, mid level skills, and then um, the associates in science or associates in arts that we're going to see later. Actually, associates in arts doesn't have stackables. It's just the associates in science. Okay. So for computer forensics stacking, Professor Mahoney or Fernandez. For computer support specialist, he's a little different though. Let me spend some time here. So if you want to go into computer support specialization, there's two areas. There's a hardware area that's on the left here, and there's a software area. It's on the right here. And we have these two level certificates here, stacking certificates here that to help you that on application support and Excel application support. Okay, on the Excel, you would guess and be right is mostly dealing with Microsoft Excel or databases. Okay, I'm on the desktop side, not on the server side. Um, Now on the left side here is more for hardware, like PC hardware, desktop hardware, that type of thing. Okay, and going up to support computer support, and that sums up into computer support. And the contacts here is Michael Popolo, Professor Michael Popolo, and Professor Diane Popolo. Now for programming and database program administration stacking, contacts are Professor Harris and Professor Cronin. Now notice on the bottom here, again, the career tracks is a constant theme. Now you got these information over here, these keywords, go look it up. Go look it up. All right. Now for information technology security stacking, as Professors Mahoney and Fernandez, here's worth mentioning something else. So we're on the purple one here, on the computer support specialist, we have a mid-level skills. Here, our mid-level skills doesn't doesn't branch off, okay, into two sections. So what we do have is a faster entry level or more of a broad base on the entry level skills, okay. The network and administration certificate that maps into the associates. And the contacts here are Professors A. Curley and Professor John. All right. Professor Briggs and Professor Bergman deals with the medical information management stacking. Professor Delta and Professor Miller works is the contact for the computer science transfer option and mid-level skill certificate, and the computer science concentration associates in arts. The dots, as you notice here, it doesn't have an entry-level certificate or entry-level skills. I just have the mid-level and the associates. Now, these are the new programs we currently have. Remember way back when, a few slides, we have 24 plus programs and counting. So these are the and counting. Android mobile app certificate, there's contact Professor Miller, Professor Martignelli for gas utility technology, and Professor Wigglefall for electric power utility. Now, um, just a little more explanation here, because it might seem a little odd. I know it was for me when I first saw it. The mobile app, um, Android mobile app development here makes sense with the computing technology department. Okay, and um, and is an entry level certificate. And you might notice the theme here. We always start with all the new programs starting with a 16 level, and these two are a little different. So the mobile app is great, and we're working towards these two now. Gas utility technology and electrical power utility. Electrical gas utility is working with one of our local gas utility company, one of the big ones, to deliver the the course or the materials, or in this case, the vendor materials, similar to our Cisco Academy. We get the materials from the Cisco Academy, and we ourselves need to be trained on it. We ourselves need to know the material as instructors, and then deliver and provide the classroom environment, the learning environment for it. So for here, this here's the same thing. Here we have the local gas utility that's putting together a curriculum on about the technology involving the gas companies or the gas industry. And we went straight into the associates for this one. Um, and the same thing, instructors need to get into the content, provide the learning environment for the learners or the students to come in and know more about this, and working in line and in tandem with the academy, or in this case with the local company, to provide this. Now, electrical power utility is the same, is the exact same thing. Although I forgot exactly the companies that are involved here, but the electrical power utility is the same thing as this here. Now, why is it that the CIT department is involved in this? Well, why not? We get to partner with great, stable, long-term local companies that we can have a great partnership with in getting you guys jobs. Same thing with the other certificates and degrees we got. Okay. Um, uh, let's keep going now. In development, now at the end counting here. Now, Professor Miller, we are working towards a certificate, mid-skills, and the associates for that column right there for the mobile platforms. Professor Dauter or Professor Miller or the math department, I should say, and there is working on the entry-level certificate for object-oriented programming and design starter. That's what it's called. Um, and eventually, and here, although the it's in gray, um, so this one, yeah, the ones in red, I guess, are the ones being worked on. The ones in gray, it's already there. Okay, so right now in the mathematics, it doesn't have an entry or mid-level, but it does have the degree. It should be. We are working towards the math with towards or working towards the mathematics department to see if we can do a double associates, an AS and AA here. It will be really, really nice because we already have a lot of math emphasis in the computer science. So it's just a natural progression to have the option to double major here with an AA. All right, the gas utility and the electrical power utility working towards the entry and the mid-level skills as well. All right, so transferring. Um, this would, at this point, if you were looking to transfer from or to Bunker Hill Community College, mostly this is about to transferring from, yeah, from Bunker Hill to somewhere else. What you would already have, of course, uh, be admitted to Bunker Hill in either spring or fall. Some do in the summer as well, but it's not very common. We have completed your financial aid applications. If you're going to transfer, you got to do that anyways. Take any type of acuplacer exam for the other institution if you have to. Um, the other institution may have a delay option um, on the degree declaration. And again, this is a constant theme. It's your future. You're going to walk in your shoes. You're going to live in your shoes. So do a career and job opportunity outlook on whatever degree you're going for as well on the other institution, and consider the financial and timelines. Okay, so our associate degrees that do transfer and transfer very well and that we have experience with are these. Okay, now with the help of the service transfer service department, and these are their offices, B202, 204, and 101. We have successful, this also with the articulation, okay? We have successfully transferred baccalaureate students of a 4-year commitment more into tracks at UMass, Boston, Amherst, Lowell, Salem State, Northeastern University, and as we go along, you see some others. Now, there's a possible 42 credit transfers, okay? And we are adding more articulation. All right, so the ASIT and transfers to the contact is the Transfer Service Department and Professor Wei Zhang at UMass Boston. Okay, and that gets transferred to BSIT under the College of Management, UMass Boston College of Management, BSIT, and they have 4 awesome tracks. Okay, so similar here is the degree is BSIT with the concentration on the track of either business intelligence, information architecture, computer forensics, or system administration. Now, for AS in computer science transfer, work with our transfer service department on those offices, and we have um, successfully helped students transfer to UMass Boston College of Science and Mathematics for BS in computer science, right? To Tufts University and other state, private, and public university and colleges. Again, the 42 credits. Now here could be a little less, it could be a little more, but usually it's 42 is a good number. Right, AA in computer science, work with our transfer service department, and we have successfully helped in the College of Science, Mathematics, again in BS in computer science, Tufts, and other private and publics. Now, the AA in Computer Information System transferred to UMass Boston College of Management for the BS in Management with a major in Management Information System. Is a mouthful. And the contact there is Pang Shu. Now, it's a UMass Boston College of Management. The degree is Bachelor of Science in Management with a concentration in Management Information System. That's how you read that. It can be a little confusing at times. It took me a long time for me to figure all this out, but I'm glad I did. Again, a 42 credit transfer. Now, the Medical Information Management will work with the transfer department, and we have successfully transferred students to Northeastern University in Health Management and the Cambridge College. Now, for our Associates in Science in Computer Information Technology, this is a little different. Um, that is our AS in IT. In the AS in IT, we have several different concentrations. You have networking, database, computer support, forensics, information security, uh, and a few others. So there's a over here, if we were going to build this out, there would be a whole bunch of subcategories under AS in IT, and that's why this one's a little different. It worked with our transfer department uh, and the transfer offices of other schools, the ones that you are interested in transferring it to. All right. Um, every school has a transfer department, at least I believe so. Every single one that I worked with. Contact the transfer advisor from that school and work out with them. Grab your transcript if you have the course descriptions. You need the course descriptions. At some point, you might also, at some cases, you might also need the course syllabus in order to be able to transfer because the course title might be similar. The course description from the catalog may be a little similar, but not too shabby, not too much overlap. But when you look at the syllabus from a course here, Bunker Hill, and you look at the syllabus from the course that you're trying to transfer to at the other institution, there might be an overlap of 90%. It's just that it's the naming was put together based on the local market, on the local need. So I guess so. There's other things to keep in mind. But it does work though, and it does make a little more challenging to transfer these courses. But however, it is possible. Um, it is possible. Uh, so specializing IT skills in several IT fields, and that's what it means, and I just made that. Great. All right, so what's next? Well, if you're transferring to or from, and this is what the enrollment desk officially wants you guys to know. So students with transcripts from any other college or university or institution need to see the enrollment desk. Okay. Now, if you are mailing the transcripts, you gotta send it to the academic records in Office B204. Uh, the exact address, you should have it in your paperwork. Um, so make sure you send it to the right place. Now, if you're around and you want to go and visit, you want to go for workshop questions, all these specific transferring to and from questions has been placed together by the transfer fair office in a workshop. So we're gonna go take a look at the workshop, take a quick look at the workshop at the page they put together. They're referencing here, and then no, I want to use there we go, Firefox because Internet Explorer is still no good. All right, I'm gonna share this page here with you guys. Okay, hopefully you guys are seeing this. Yes, seeing this. Good. So the transfer fair office have workshops going on all the time. So today, no, today's the 4th. Today's the 4th. I thought there was a, oh, there was a workshop today, so it's over. It started already. Uh, there was one today at 6:30. So it started already. So there's another workshop tomorrow, transferring credits to Bunker Hill. Okay, and there's an intensive workshop on August the 10th. Wow, that's going to be intensive. All right. So when you click here, and it gives you more information about that. So it's tomorrow from 1 to 2 p.m. on E225. Okay, the transfer affairs. All right. So I can come here and take a look at that. Okay, it's a great workshop. Let's go back to the presentation. It's a screen share. Presentation. All right. So now we're back here. And all the questions are answered there. So if you're around and you are able to go in, and the best way to get the information, get all your answers, all your questions answers, it's right there. Make sure you go with your questions already made. That way, when you get there, if any more questions come up, you can just jot it down and ask as you go along. Okay. But they're very fine folk. They're very helpful. All right. So what's next? We gotta log into Web Advisor and do a program evaluation. You got to identify the courses that you need to take, do a search and register for course, and then let's, for those who are already students of Bunker Hill, you should already know how to do this. Um, I can go as far as the login page of Web Advisor. It's where we were a little bit earlier. Okay. And here in the Web Advisor. So that link takes you to here. All right, let's share that page again. I wish there was a way to share that page, that screen, without coming out of going directly from the presentation to the screen share. There's my mug there. Nobody wants to see my mug. Okay, present to everyone. Okay, so we'll take you to this here, and you as a student, you would come up here, hit login, do a login, and then under education area, you do a search and register. But I like to come here as a student. There's a register for sections, and then there's a register. But you guys have another option saying search and register. Register for sections, right here, and then search and register for sections. It's not gonna work for me because I'm not logged in and I don't have a student account. But the interface is similar. It's similar to just search for sections. You will search the term, put in the courses you want, and then submit. But one thing that you guys do have also access to is to do a program evaluation. Right down here, after you log in, there's a program evaluation. So when you hit program evaluation, I'm not logged in, you'll be able to see which program you currently um, have declared, which program you currently are declared to, and you by clicking on evaluate is going to show you the courses that you already have taken and the courses that you need to take towards that certificate or degree. Okay, and then you can also choose other certificates and degrees to see what other courses you need to take. Or you can go to the catalog, or you can go to the current catalog. Now here, let's go here. Programs of study, programs by department, and go to the computer information technology department and say, okay, now I'm in the oh no, data management fast track. And you can go in and write down, print this, and write down the semester that you took the CIT 110, or spring 14, or spring 15, the semester that you took the 137, the semester you took 162, and so on and so forth. So that way you got an idea which ones you have taken and which ones you need to take next. Okay. Now, if you're doing the stacking thing, um, by department, uh, it's if you're doing the stacking thing with Cisco, it's CCNA. What's the CCNA? Right, CCNA, opening new window, same thing. Networking option and networking certificate. Remove that one. And these are the three stacks. Okay. If you're doing the health information technology and health information networking. Information networking. Well, right next to it. Yeah. You do the same thing. Now you print that grid, you fill it out. Print that grade, fill it out. Print that grade, that grade, that grade, that grade. Oh, that grade. And then whatever it's a blank is the one you have to take or you have to register for. And then you boom, go right here and search register for sections. Okay, so that's the next thing for that. Okay, um, let's go back to the presentation. All right, so that was the next thing is to register for courses, and we did that. Present to everyone. Questions, concerns, contact the department's professors, the CIT department professors. And before we give you a list of the instructors, there's a great um, uh, African parable of the lion and gazelle. Here it goes. So every morning in Africa, the gazelle wakes up. Great. It knows it must run faster than the fastest lion, or it will be dinner, lunch, or breakfast. Okay, it will be killed. Every morning, a lion wakes up and he knows he must outrun the slowest gazelle, or it will not have its meal. Okay, it's gonna starve to death. So it doesn't matter if you're a gazelle or a lion. when the sun shines, you better start running. In IT, it's similar. I mean, the IT field changes so much. It feels like this parable. We're always running, you're always trying to catch up to the new information, the new things, the new tech, and being with it in the with it as fast as the market is. And sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes we start for a little bit. All right. Questions, comments, discussions, concerns. I don't see any questions in the poll. So here are the instructors. As I mentioned before, any and all instructors can advise on all or any of our programs, but these are the areas of expertise of each of us. Okay. Is anybody live? I see there's one person. Person's not interacting, they're just watching the presentation. All right, so I'm gonna stay on for another. I'm gonna mute my mic and I'm gonna stay on for. All right, again, I'll be here for another 5 minutes. It's an hour presentation. Our hour is up. Um, and if you're in here with Google, I mean with YouTube, there's a questions area that you can ask questions there, and I'll see it right here. If you don't have a microphone or not, and I'll be here for another 5 minutes. I'm gonna mute myself until I hear anybody, until I see a question. Now, if you guys can join us on the Hangout. Um, if you have a Google account, you can log into your Google account and join us in a Hangout session as a Hangout instead of just watching it live on YouTube. Um, and you can interact with us and use a group chat. There's a chat box here that might be even better. That way we can share, we can be more effective with each other and such. Okay, this concludes our presentation. Hopefully, this has been helpful to you. Feel free to share to others, and we are always here available to help you. Thank you very much, and see you on campus.